So we are all well aware of the challenges schools have faced post-COVID to improve attendance. Our traditional approaches were no longer having the same impact, which is why at St Luke's we are keen to explore new ways that could help improve attendance. In session 22-23, we introduced our Attendance Council, which consists of a formal panel made up of some of our principal teachers and senior leaders, and also head teachers from our cluster primary schools. Parents are invited to attend with their child if there had been no improvement in attendance following the regular text messages, attendance letters, parental phone calls and meetings. The Attendance Council is deliberately formal in nature and is intended to be the last attempt to support the child and parent or carer to improve attendance. It is the final step at a school level before the potential referral to the Children's Reporter. The Attendance Council has been a very successful intervention and has definitely led to an improvement in attendance for most young people. The Attendance Council continues to be an embedded approach to our improving attendance strategy. In session 23-24, we were still very keen to explore new ways to help us improve attendance further. Firstly, we reached out to Strathclyde University and a group of volunteer staff began to engage in professional inquiry, supported by Strathclyde University, to explore why people weren't attending school. Alongside this, we set up our attendance team, who were again volunteer staff with a real interest in improving whole school attendance. We agreed as a school to focus on those young people who were sitting with an attendance rate of around 80 to 90%. With that rate of attendance equating to roughly a day off per week, we felt that we could really make a difference to that group, and it's something we felt with added support that young people could improve. I will now introduce Nina McHugh, who is an English teacher here at St Luke's, who has also been part of the work with Strathclyde University and is a key member of our attendance team.
Within St Luke's, I've had the opportunity to be part of multiple interventions linked in with pupil support around the issue of attendance. So for example, last year myself and a group of volunteer staff worked in collaboration with Strathclyde University on an inquiry-based project into the issue of attendance. Staff worked with young people and groups or in individuals and developed a project investigating the particular nuances around attendance in the school. This was then fed back and informed our school's improvement plan this year and had a really significant impact and really broadened staff's understanding of the issue of attendance. Following on from that, we also established an attendance team last year. So again, this was made up of volunteer staff and linked in with our DHT and our pupil support team, where we looked at a cohort of our young people who are sitting at about 80 to 90% attendance. And we were looking at what we could do to remove the possibility of that attendance slipping. It was about removing this casualisation of, oh well, it's only 80% or it's only 90% attendance, that's not a huge dip, and building that understanding of the impact that can have on young people's learning and teaching and therefore ultimately their attainment. Staff were given a small cohort of pupils to work with, whether this be through check-ins, whether it be through liaising with family, etc., to try and build more positive habits around attendance. And this really started to influence change in the physical number on the page of people's attendance, but also their attitudes towards being in and out of school and in and out of class. This increased attendance within individual young people, but also we feel contributed to our overall increase in attendance last year. The impact and success of the attendance team was seen in the increase of attendance of those individuals involved in the group, but not only that, it was seen by developing our nuanced understanding of what would work for each of those individuals. Rather than adopting a blanket approach, we adopted interventions and strategies that would support each of those young people and meet them where they were in relation to the barriers they were facing around their attendance.
As a result of our extensive work to improve attendance, we have improved our overall average attendance as a school by 1.8% between session 22-23 and session 23-24. Our intensive work to improve attendance last year also allowed us to close the poverty-related attendance gap from 10% to 6%. We have continued to set ourselves further stretch aims to close the poverty-related attendance gap even further.